All right, shifting gears now, Tesla was a pioneer in the electric vehicle space as the EV boom fueled the company's growth. And with the hunger for EVs came the spread of electrification, now finding its way into the motorcycle arena. So who will bring the Tesla of motorcycles into this two-wheel race? This next company says it has exactly that. Joining us is Matt Chambers, CEO of Curtis Motorcycle Company. Thank you for joining us this morning. So when people think the Tesla of something, people have some different feelings about Tesla. Obviously, a very innovative company, have a very charismatic leader as well. Where do the comparisons between what you're doing with electrification of motorcycles and Tesla, where do they begin and end?
Well, we are honored at Curtis to be on your show. The situation is we're in a very small market like they began in. And only 63 motorcycles were delivered by Harley, which would essentially be, I presume, the biggest one today. So we'll start this year with 30 bikes, starting at the very top, like Mr. Tesla did, rather. Our bikes are very expensive, like his initial Roadster was, $120,000 and above. And then we'll work our way down. We've got superior technology. He was the first to use the skateboard architecture and electrification for the automobile. We've just received our patent on what is termed axis-centered design, the first time when a motorcycle actually grows from the inside out. Motorcycles have always been a motorized bicycle, and then in electric, they've taken the petrol-fired motor package out and put in electrification. At Curtis, we start with an axle through the center of the motor, frame the symmetry of the motorcycle first, and create this glorious, beautiful outcome. So we feel like we've got the edge on technology, on form. We have a great brand. We have a small band of enthusiasts, and we have perfect timing because we're coming into a very small market, projected to grow to hundreds of billions of dollars in the near term.
And we know that brand loyalty, very important when it comes to Tesla drivers. It really is a community there. But obviously, it's a high price tag, $120,000, as you mentioned there. But a lot of this it's highly customized work. So who exactly is the demographic that you're looking at?
Well, we hope we can bring a whole new group of people to riding the motorcycle. It's so easy. You don't have to have any particular skill set. If you can ride a bicycle, snow ski, or play tennis, you can ride a Curtis with great aplomb. So it's like flying when you're on it. You glide. It's very, very refined and smooth, and there's no maintenance like you have all the maintenance hassle with the petrol-fired machines. So we hope we'll bring in this whole new audience of people that can just go out to their garage and hit a switch and go for a little flight around the neighborhood, come home and feel refreshed. It's really, really wonderful.
Now, of course, you mentioned Harley, and they spun off their their electric motorcycles, Livewire. Would you say they're your biggest competitors in the space at the moment?
I think they would be, but there really is nobody. So kind of when Tesla launched, there was the Leaf and the Bolt, but they were not terribly desirable vehicles. So what Mr. Musk was able to do is create the first electric car that people actually wanted to own. The problem in the EV motorcycle space, a space that I think electric is better for the motorcycle than for the car because the refinement just is a game changer. In a car, even petrol-fired cars are very refined, but petrol-fired motorcycles are hot and shunty, and they vibrate and they smell and all that stuff. But the bottom line is our argument, and with axis-centered power, we were able to frame this symmetrical design. And we feel we've really nailed the beauty of the machine. And people want to own a motorcycle because it's beautiful. And taking ICE components out and putting electrification or electric components in actually has not worked terribly well for the aesthetic. And of course, we want the bike to ride like it looks, and we believe that it has beautiful control. The balance is just a little bit better when you ride the Curtis than on any other motorcycle I've ever been on.
Now, I do want to ask you about really the ecosystem that comes around this, because as with EVs, people worry about, my ability to charge it, how quickly can this charge, perhaps even some of these input costs throughout the supply chain. We saw that Tesla was having some issues with its pricing going up and down, sort of based on some of those changes as well. How does your company plan on managing those sort of costs and really the greater adoption when it comes to EVs?
Well, the bike we're starting with, it would be like if you went out to buy a V12 Ferrari Roma it wouldn't matter how far it went, how big the gas tank was, what kind of gas mileage you got. So the wise thing, as Mr. Musk did, in the part of the market we're starting with, this is just a gentle cruise, something you would wake up early Sunday morning, you put your helmet, your beautiful jacket on, and you go down to your favorite little place to have brunch or coffee, and then you just ride it home. So the issue of range for us, the market that we're going for is not relevant. Now, we've already worked out our supply chain. We have 130 rounds of parts. We're going to build 30, 40, and 60 over the first 3 years, thinking very small. But then after that, it's sky's the limit, just like our original founder who started in motorcycles and then invented naval aviation.
I mean, you had me at riding to brunch. I wouldn't mind checking one of these out. A big thank you for joining us this morning. Matt Chambers, CEO of Curtis Motorcycle Company. Gorgeous bikes there. Thank you so much.